Hey,
I
what's up,
haven't met
everybody?
six.
Welcome to the Batty MOBA League. This week we've got the third place match between the losers from last week, Cruisin' for a Bruisin', and the Hot Paranaut Gods 2. So I am Zedekis, your commissioner, and I got some highly trained casters with me this week. We got Albino Joe and Tree. How you guys doing?
Yo.
Hello. What's up?
So
Ready.
we already are getting underway. We got the first game picked. I have to patch it really quick. It's hot. I have a
Opening that up
massive
right about meow.
1.6 megabyte patch downloading. But yeah.
I'm ready to have no fucking clue how to cast some of these games.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be exciting. At least we're starting off with one that we all know, so that's
Yep.
pretty cool. Um,
Well, us casters, not necessarily everyone who's in the league.
right.
No, I don't give a fuck about them. It's important what I know how to cast right now.
Eh,
Yeah, we can cast them not knowing how to play. That's fine.
That's easy. But casting them knowing how to play when we don't even know what's going on, that's the issue.
All right, so it sounds like they are doing map bans right now, so we've got a little bit of time.
That's funny. We didn't even do map bans. We just picked one we were both fine with and went with it.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, there's a lot of shitty
Along
maps in HOTS.
Yeah. Along the same lines, Hanzo is, even though he literally just came out, is playable if both teams are fine with it, right?
Yeah, actually, neither team has asked me about that.
Honestly, they probably don't even know he's out.
That's my assumption, yeah.
Yeah,
That no
that's
one has
true.
any clue.
I don't think any of them play. Very few of them play HOTS enough for to probably care.
Yep. That's probably a fair thought.
Um, I guess there's a few. Jim and Sword play pretty often. UTech plays a bit.
Thor
Uh,
has some games.
oh yeah, yeah. I think Cruising for a Bruisin's probably at a bit of an advantage here, but HOTS is one of those games that like I think most of the league at least kind of knows. So
Yeah.
probably a good one to start. I'm not
It's
surprised we're going there.
it's definitely the one that people tend to know the most of, just in general. Just looking at the spreadsheet.
Yeah. How did the Hot Paranaut Gods look in HOTS last week?
Is that UTEX team?
Yeah.
Um, Sorry. How did they look in which game last week?
In HOTS.
Very poor.
Ooh,
Well,
surprising.
Hey, wake up.
Cruising for a Bruisin' looked pretty good in their match against us. I'm not gonna lie, they fucking destroyed us in HOTS.
Yeah, we did the same to them on HOTS, to Hot Paranaut Gods.
Yeah, that was that and Smite, I think, were the biggest stomps in ours. Otherwise, the rest of our games were fairly close.
Might, I think, might actually be fairly close for these teams. I think both of them have at least two people who play a lot of it, or used to, at least.
Alright, looks like we are getting party stuff set up. Definitely not going to be a highly professional stream this week. I'm going to have to be getting all of these set up kind of as we do them. But, you know, it's the Batty League that applies to streaming as well as all gameplay.
I mean, this is the baddie of the bad, though. I mean, we're doing random MOBAs. Some of them people I'd never even heard of Paragon until this. So, yeah.
I had heard of it, but I thought it was a different game. I wasn't thinking of Paragon. I was thinking of Paladins, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
why I was really confused because I was like, isn't that like an Overwatch game?
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of a different thing.
Yep, I didn't understand what the fifth game was really.
Yeah, I was going pretty deep to try to find a fifth MOBA. Like I've said before, it's really a shame that Battle Right didn't come out until like a couple days after the draft. But that's just how it goes. All right, we got a game starting up here. Looks like we're on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Ooh, I don't even know this one.
I think. Oh yeah, we picked between this and one other one last week.
What do you have to? Is this the curse one? No, that's the.
No, this is the
No.
one. The ranged
the-
minions in each wave will drop gems when they die.
And you have to turn in a certain number of gems, and whenever you get enough, each lane of yours will spawn a spider that
What?
Yeah, like a big
just
spider that'll
helps
push. Yep.
They don't. Each one doesn't have a ton of health, so you can burn through them fairly quickly. So, what normally happens if everyone's on their shit is you'll just push one and leave the others.
I'm disappointed they didn't get Axis. That's by far the best map. Just saying. Amateur player. I wouldn't even call myself an amateur. A beginner player. Like they're determining if they're gonna draft or just. Aren't we
You can
just
see the other
blind
team's
picking everything?
picks. I didn't think you could last week.
We definitely could.
Oh, well, no wonder we got counterpicked.
I saw it and I ignored it. We had already we were just talking through what we were gonna do, but I did see it on the right.
Shit, I didn't know that. Well, yeah, we
Yeah, I
got
think
part.
you
We
said
got
something
count. We
about
picked
that.
Shogal into a new Barak, and we got wrecked.
Well, I don't think they required seeing your characters when you said for 2 or 3 weeks beforehand we're going to play Cho'Gall.
Yeah,
It wasn't exactly a secret that you were going to play him.
yeah, probably not.
Rip.
I actually didn't even see that. You could see the other teams.
Yeah, it's along the right, assuming they're doing it the same way we did. And maybe there's a better way to do it. Fuck if I know. This will be the second time I've been in a custom game of HOTS.
Yeah, same.
Close your eyes when you draft. Yeah.
Literal blind pick. All right, I like it. Close your eyes and click some shit. All right.
Next level strats.
All right, I think they're just about ready.
Checking out the spreadsheets here. I don't know which team really has the edge in HOTS. We all know that UTech has played HOTS, and it looks like Thor with his level has played quite a bit of HOTS.
Something I learned last week is that you can actually hide your level.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That yours is actually hidden. I can't see yours for some reason.
I am like 160-ish, 152. So I think Thor is the highest level HOTS player we have in the league.
There's a bunch of you that are close behind him, or I shouldn't say close. I guess he's like
It actually
50
slows,
up from the next person.
It actually slows way down.
Oh yeah, because like the first 3 levels are really fast on every hero, but like
And
I'm at the
literally
point where I'm like 3 or 4 on every hero.
yeah, it's just
So-
a 1-to-1 for number of total hero levels to your level. So once you start leveling up the heroes you own, it actually gets a lot slower to level up.
Yeah, so like if you see anyone 200 plus, they've got some real time in.
Yeah. I mean, even 100 plus is a lot.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I know I've got a lot of time into HOTS,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's not the linear thing that Overwatch has going.
Yep. Looks like everyone's ready. Just waiting on, I believe, Thor to start the game here.
Probably discussing some strategies. Which
Yeah,
may or may not be very important.
Oh, okay. Player left the lobby.
Oh, all right.
Dobby. Poor Dobby. Who's that?
Who knows?
I have no idea.
So many people have a million different names between, and they don't keep the same name between different games.
Could be Cammer. I believe that's Cammer.
Yeah, it's either Cammer or it's
Hard kills.
Hard Kills, but I think I have Hard Kills as
More
a
than
friend.
likely Cammer, since he, is going to be the best player.
Hey, there
All
we go.
right, there we go.
Ooh, it looks like Cammer fell out again?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
Strange.
Well, that's a
Almost
pretty
had
tough
it.
game.
He's probably got, too many cookies in his computer. He's got to break open his computer, kind of get rid of some of those, free up some space, download some memory.
Get rid of the cookies, you're saying?
Yeah, cookies slow down your computer a lot. You know?
I'm still playing Cookie Clicker, dude.
You should just get
Tell
more
me
RAM.
about it.
I'm gonna start playing Cookie Clicker.
I'm sorry.
Here we go.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip over to some exciting. Oh, can't open loot boxes in a lobby. What is this?
Ooh.
I was gonna give people a little sense of pride and accomplishment while I cracked open whatever I have 5 loot boxes from.
It's for the event.
If you want
their winter thing.
if you want a sense of pride and accomplishment, you play Cookie Clicker and you get grandmas and make them cook your cookies. Great.
What is it, like 2014?
Yeah.
I don't remember if that's actually when it came out.
Fuck if I know.
It's actually a phone app now.
It was probably around then. Phone apps have a million clicker games because they're easy to do on the go, so that you can pull open that garbage all the time.
Int equals I+1
Dobby in game.
on Click Listener. Any Android programmers out there?
What?
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 I said what?
This is the kind of insightful commentary that I'm sure our 2.5 viewers are here for.
This is the most coherent commentary because we actually kind of know this game. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, that is true. Well, no, we have some actual Smite players coming in to commentate Smite, so that's
Ooh,
actually
that
pretty cool.
is-
Well, yeah, we had to swap someone out because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing in Smite.
Right.
Mm.
And we get a special treat if Paragon have, well, I don't, maybe a special treat. Since that game doesn't even have a spectator mode, we are just gonna have UTech stream the game from his point of view.
Dope.
Yeah, so if we do get to Paragon, the stream will go down for like a minute or two. You have to refresh to get that back up.
And then there will be hopefully no commentary unless their whole team is going to talk for you.
Yeah, well, you'll get an inside view of their team's strategizing. There will be a bit of a delay on that. Looks like we're gonna remake this lobby because yeah.
I think they're just gonna blame the lobby for those issues.
Yeah. That works. Well, how about some exciting content the first time ever? We're gonna crack some loot boxes here. Oh boy. Get a rare
What's in
Arthas
the box?
skin that kinda looks like shit, not gonna lie. Next up, oh boy, 2 rares. It's another Arthas skin. Okay. I mean, at least I play Arthas, so I guess having options is good. Oh, no rares in this one. Garbage. Okay, pretty bad. Oh boy, an epic. Oh, it's Gazlo. I don't think I even own Gazlo, so that's pretty cool.
He'll be free.
Boy, another
eventually.
epic. It's Nova, who I own, so I guess I get some shards. Yay. Oh, that was exciting. Don't you guys just love loot boxes?
Yeah,
Doesn't.
they're the best.
Okay, looks like they got a game going.
Yep.
Zed, I'm sorry. I
okay,
really
there we
wish
go.
I was streaming so everyone could watch me click some cookies right now. I have over 1,000 cookies at the cookie farm. This is great.
Well, Once we get around to the Betty Cookie Clicker League,
Oh,
I will make sure you're commentating.
baby.
How do I swap to observer?
You have to get swapped. It's as bad as the Overwatch lobby.
Blizzard can't do anything right. Except for make World of Warcraft. That was a pretty good game.
Well, we're almost there. Yeah, I don't know why
Yeah.
you'd make a custom lobby that like people can't move themselves in.
Well, hang on. There's no delay on the spectate, right?
Not as far as I know, but I do have a delay on the stream.
Well, Sword, I don't know, buddy. You allowed in?
Huh?
But he's playing.
Oh!
Yeah, they just
They're
have to move
just
them
swapping slots around.
Oh, he's on Jim's team, cruising for a bruising. That's right, we beat him.
Yeah. Not in HOTS though.
No.
No, it wouldn't be updates. It wouldn't even let you in the game if it was updates.
Sorry, I'm just clicking too many cookies. Can't get my
That's
act
all right.
together.
As long as this isn't as bad as our first game last week, where we were literally an hour late to start the first
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, I was surprised our matches ended at the same time.
Because
You
we
guys
only
had that
played
delay.
4, and you
Yeah.
guys played all 5, and one of those was Dota.
Yeah, it's not the patch because I hadn't patched, and as soon as you get to like the loading screen, it kicks you out. Well, this is a classic Batty League event right here.
Yep, pretty much.
Always someone who has a broken game.
Wait, he's not in again? What?
Yes, welcome to 2 minutes ago.
I mean, I'm at like 2,500 cookies right now, dude.
Well, he joined. We'll see if this actually works. Also, if you keep updating me on how many cookies you have, I'm going to ban you and I'll just solo cast.
No!
Because I don't
Fine.
give 2 fucks about your cookies, dude.
Oh,
Okay.
we
Can I
got the
tell you
swap for hard kills. Hang on, Joey. We got some real action here.
Oh,
Oh,
they're
shit.
literally
Camera
swapping
is
the dude.
out. Hard kills is in.
Is it? Wasn't
We-
Cameron supposed to be the all-star because his skills would transfer from League into HOTS like seamlessly?
Well, I
That's-
If
Maybe
you can't
true.
fucking play the thing.
Okay. We got.
Yeah, see, so on the right, they also see that same thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even see that.
Oh yeah, I totally saw that. Click it, and then a green box goes around their.
Do we have to? Oh my god, ready up.
What the fuck? Well, that's interesting, I guess. Okay.
Wait, you had to be ready as a spectator?
I
Yep.
don't know. It says 5 out of 10 players ready, so I don't know if we matter if we ready, but there's a ready button, so we might as well click it.
Yeah,
I
that's
definitely
kinda
clicked it.
weird.
Very important to the experience here.
Well, at least one team is fully locked in. That looks pretty scary, honestly. We got a front line with Varian and Sonya. That is hard to deal with. Two pretty like tanky, but also put out a lot of damage kind of thing. And then, the Sergeant Hammer heals.
I would not be surprised to see 2 fucking Sonyas in this game.
Yeah, she's just good.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna get 2 of them.
Yeah, I think that's not really a surprise. Oh yeah, hook resets on that Tracer. That was pretty good last week.
Oh yeah.
He was all over our back line.
Yeah, being the designated healer playing Morals that game, I did not have a chance to do
Oh
anything.
yeah,
ever.
he was just he was all over you.
That was rough.
All right. I believe we're about to get started. Everyone's ready up.
Cool.
Perfect.
Time to figure out how to use the spectator in this.
Hope there's an auto.
Yeah, same. Holy shit.
Otherwise, literally just go to where the most people are.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, that should be an exciting part of casting this league. I've never spectated any of these games.
Yep.
I think the Dota plan is just stick it on UTech and call it good.
Maybe.
I mean, if they actually play it this week.
Yeah, that's true. I have a feeling after, so for anyone who wasn't there, the Hot Paranaut Gods 2, who have the only Dota player in the league, did not pick Dota.
Yep. It was a bold strategy, Cotton, and it did not work out for them.
It did not. But to be fair, had they picked it and won, they still would have lost. I heard that, what's your team? Salvo Spankbag? Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, I
take
heard you
your
guys
word
were
for
planning to just completely concede Dota.
Yeah, we didn't think we had enough time. Swift had a fucking time. After we were an hour late, we were on
Oh,
time
yeah.
limit.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. I feel like there should be a UI here.
5, 4, 3.
Sort of weird.
No, all of the UIs along the top.
If you click a player though, one that has a passive, you like get that in the bottom left, so that's sort of weird.
Oh, and we got a fight right away. The good old beat 'em up for no reason.
They
fight.
could all just
I
run
love
into
it.
each other. Yeah, I love
Every
it.
game.
No one's actually fallen, it looks like.
Yeah, it's not
Everyone
likely.
goes down to half and just runs away. That is.
Yep, unless you have a lot of CC, no one usually dies in those fights because everyone gets half health and walks away.
Yep. So everyone just has to go hit up the well, and yeah, we just keep
Yep.
going.
And then you just reset. So, like we said, for anyone who doesn't understand this map, essentially the back line of minions, the ranged minions on this map, each will drop 1 gem when they die. And you can see how many the teams have total in the bottom right with the gems. And when they turn in 50 at either of those 2 items between the lanes, then they get their spider things to push.
This spectate mode is screwy.
Yeah. One of you guys that's not streaming want to look at the hotkeys, see if there are any.
Not it.
Sure. Oh, look.
Ball is sexy taking some damage here.
Yeah, there's a lot of poke going on in the mid lane. It's definitely looking like the Paranaut Gods are taking most of the damage. Which, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Cruising for Bruising has a lot of strong healing. Gul'dan, obviously, with all that self-healing. And then, what's her name? The medic. Morales has a lot of healing as well. No gank action yet, which is kind of surprising. The lanes are really close on this map. So, it takes like 5 seconds to get to another lane. Especially with this close fog here. It's pretty easy to get behind people.
And as you can see, like most MOBAs, there's a pretty boring early game going on. As Cruising for a Bruisin' hits level 4 first.
Jin doing pretty good in the Sonya match up top. He's got a lot. UTech only has a couple gems on him. Jim's been kind of bullying him.
Well, O is a certain type of auto camera, but it's not great.
Oh yeah, that is.
It's real
Sure.
jerky. It's
Yeah.
not smooth at all. I would
It
much
works
rather
kinda.
just drag around. I would much rather just drag around the minimap.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing.
I'll try the good old O. So as we can clearly see right now, with the 6 to 26 gem fight going on, Cruising for a Bruisin' is kind of really dominating the minigame in this.
Yeah, they're real close to having enough for a turn in right now. So I think we're gonna see a lot of action around those turn-ins pretty quick, as the Paranaut Gods are gonna have to try and interrupt that channel. It's about a 5-second channel, maybe.
I think this is actually one of the shorter ones because
Oh,
you
is
have to
it?
turn in so many times.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm thinking of the pirate ship one.
UTech
UTech
might
taking a lot of
actually go down
damage.
here.
Oh,
Yep.
First
goes
blood.
down to a pulse bomb from hook resets. That's a lot of gems lost. And the Paranoid Gods do have enough to summon the spiders if they get most of their team to turn in.
Yep.
Looks like Sword's a little low, so it's kind of risky for him to go, but after this well heals him up. If he can
Yeah,
get in there,
he,
that'll be enough for a summon.
Yeah, they got to get Thor off him though.
Yeah, Thor also with a lot of gems. Looks like he's gonna go get the turn in. Yeah, he's gonna get that uncontested. Yeah, Sword's still, still at half, so it still seems kind of risky for him to go up there. That's a lot of gems to be holding on to.
Looks like they're okay. So they're turning up top, but yeah, unless someone comes down and helps Sword, he will never be able to turn in like this.
Yeah, especially with that many gems, it's very important that he turns in it above
Yeah,
everyone.
They could have it right now.
Yeah, looks like they're just trying to focus on top. Maybe they're roaming down. I don't think they really know what they're doing right now.
Well, but honestly, Cruising for the Bruising is in the driver's seat right now. It's not like, Sword has to turn in quick. Obviously, it's in their best interest, but with,
Oh,
that
this is gonna be a big fight.
10 lead, they're doing
They're
fine.
going
It looks
for Thor
like
right
Thor
away. He's gonna
Thor
go
goes down.
and hook resets also very low. He gets taken out by Ball of Sexy as Jim's trying to pick up anything else, but not gonna happen.
Sword looking to sneak the turn in.
Yep.
He is about to
And-
get that. Yep, that's gonna
Oh!
be spiders for them.
As Ball of Sexy also gets taken out. So they're gonna get those spiders. Those are gonna come down one in each lane. They're fairly healthy. They also summon other minions to help them push, and they do have like big charge up attacks. They'll go down fairly quickly if focused though.
Utah comes in on the Scotch.
He's
Not
gonna get
quite
poisoned to
enough.
death. Okay, he does have the well up.
Utah opting to go with the poison spear build. A lot of burst damage.
Yeah, and they're choosing to put mid and bottom with these. And you can see those walls just getting chunked out right now.
Yeah, they got the first set of towers down bot. Looks like they're gonna get him in mid as well. So pretty solid pushing advantage here. Oh, and Cruising for a Bruising just hit 10. So they're up
Yep, so
a whole level right now. They definitely want to be looking for a fight in results.
yeah, so they have their ults right now, a full level above. And yeah, they're just shoving all the lanes. All the Sexy does go down to Tracer.
Oh, that's big. Hook resets takes all of the first tier and top.
UTech looking for it though. I don't think he's gonna be able to catch a Tracer though. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Hook
just gonna
resets
get
just gonna
kited.
run circles around him.
He's gonna get kited and die.
Yeah, I think Hook
actually.
resets has this kill.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, a Tracer, like, if you don't have a CC or range, that's not a good pick.
Well, and
So
looking at the gems that Cruising for a Bruising has right now, they almost have enough for another turn in, I believe.
Yep,
yeah, and
another
they'll
couple
be
waves
very
and
close.
they could just do this again. Looks like they're gonna take all of mid.
And blue team does have enough, but they have to get there to turn in, which they're in no position to do.
Wow. Just like that, they're 4
And-
gems
Four
shy
short.
of another wave.
Yep. And that's just like 2 waves essentially, not even a full 2 waves, but
That looks
there's
like a
gonna
full
be a
fight
fight
here.
here. Sword Mace
I don't
going
know if
for
that was a
the-
good engage. They're down 2 levels.
They might be able to pick up UTech here though. Ult's coming out.
Got 'em.
2 down for blue team. This isn't looking that great for them. Everyone's real low.
Get them. Oh, he's barely gonna get out. So they tried to set up
And-
the Zarya ult into Li Ming ult, but it was just way too late.
Yeah, Li Ming ult also doesn't burst. It's more like continued damage.
Yeah. So it kind of works with the Zarya ult, but he ended up having to cut it off early because he was taking too much damage. And it looks like Cruising for a Bruising's gonna get the turn in here. They're gonna get Web Weavers again for the second time. And the first set of Web Weavers, they took 3 towers, so we'll see what they do with this next set.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard to recover from a second wave like this.
Yeah, it's looking
If
pretty decisively in Cruising for Bruisen's favor right now. They're still up 2 levels. And looks like they're
If
gonna
that-
engage bot.
Him going
Yeah,
a little
go
deep on
bottom,
this, that
they can
might
win.
actually turn around on him.
Yeah, they're taking a lot of damage. Hook resets down to half.
Ball of Sexy gonna go down,
Down
Thor now,
Thor
also, in
also
danger.
low.
And that's a lot of gems they dropped too, so they might have just lost their chance to actually turn in as well.
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah, that
there's
was
stun. Huge damage going out.
big pick.
Hard Kills is gonna go down to poison. Yep.
He didn't get his heal in time.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a lot of gems down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the Paradox
Even
gods
once
aren't
the-
even gonna recover those.
Yeah, no, they can't. They would just walk into their death, and so yeah, they've got shit pushing in on all 3 waves. This is not looking good for them.
Yeah, it
And
was.
yeah, instead,
There was some good
instead of
healing from
fighting
Dano
the-
there to kind of turn a bad engage into a huge win for that team.
yeah, and Morales, oh wow, and he just gets deleted. UTech also in a lot of danger here, and he's gonna go down as well, and the rest of them will get out. Yeah,
This-
Morales has to be focused or he will heal a ton.
Yeah, I don't think they've really had any focus on the Dano so far this game.
But they
And
don't
I
really
think
have
so.
much to dive them. Who
I
gets
think-
them, you know?
Illidan, I guess.
And he's been trying. I've seen him in the backline. It's just not enough.
Yeah, I
I think this
wow.
is a team comp win.
I think the game is pretty much over. We're 10 minutes in.
Yep.
They're
It's gonna be
on
a real
super
quick one.
minions.
All 3 turrets are out. There's nothing defending these.
Yep, every lane's pushed in to their
Yeah.
nexus. They could close this game up before the super minions even make it to the base.
They very well might. Right now they're just pushing, trying to get these picks right here before they can make it back. They do get one. And that's
There we go, they're
gonna
on
be
the
it.
nexus. There goes the shield. Oh, wow, it's just getting chunked.
Yeah. That is going to be gone.
A desperate Zariel, just not enough damage. Wow, 11-minute game.
And-
G.
And they are not even bothering. Yeah, they weren't even bothering to hit it for a while. Just killing people.
So Cruising for a Bruisin wins this game even harder than they won last week. Definitely seemed like the best HOTS players.
Making up for that time we lost to
Yeah,
get this game started.
yeah, that's good. I will thank them for that, definitely.
So we will be seeing what the losing team picks for their next game they want to play, and that'll be HPG picking. This
Yep.
is their chance. They can pick Dota.
Yeah, I'm fully expecting we just go straight into Dota. They don't want to, they don't want to mess around with that anymore. All right, we're going to take a very short break while we figure out what the next game is. Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back. The second game of the match is going to be Smite. So that was picked by the Hot Paranaut Gods. Still avoiding that Dota pick. I don't know if maybe the rest of UTech's team just really does not like Dota. I don't know. So anyway, we have Blab and Crystallize here to cast Smite
Yo,
because they actually know how to play Smite.
Kind of.
Kind of.
sometimes.
More than me or everyone else who's casting. So we are waiting for them to make the game right now.
Alright, got my Smite wiki up on the other screen.
Smite is always an interesting one because I think maybe with the exception of Awesome Knots, it seems like so many people are just very lost in what to do.
I know
Yeah,
what to do,
it's
there's just so many gods I don't know.
yeah, it's kind of like the map's kind of like maze-like. So it's pretty easy to. I don't know, I've gotten lost in the jungle a little bit.
If you're not used to it, you can get lost very easily just trying to do a simple jungle clear.
Not as hard, not as easy as getting lost in the Paragon jungle though. The elevation changes every which direction.
Yeah, that one's kind of hard to read sometimes. Like, oh, it looks like the map shows me I can go through here, but you're like, oh no, I need to be able to like jump over something.
Yep.
All right, I'm trying to figure out if they have a game up yet. I'm gonna go with no, they do not. Oh, all right, there we go. We got a game up. I will try to get invites for all of us. All right, looks like we all need to add Thor. It's the Thor LP with 2 R's. There, spelled like that.
Okay, I added him. Alright, there we go.
Okay. Then
Yeah, I got invited, but it said there wasn't room in the game or something, so. Oh, alright, they didn't have spectators on.
why would we want that on? That'd just be silly.
Yeah, looks like they are remaking. Looks like they're remaking again.
Nice.
Oh boy.
It looks like we'll be able to just right-click them and spectate. The password is Swain.
I can't hit right click spectate.
I'm assuming that's when the game starts, right? Is there a delay on it, I wonder? I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we have to join after they get in.
Okay.
I guess just say when.
Well, I believe someone in chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Smite was the game that the Hot Paranaut Gods won last week. I think,
No,
or was it?
they actually. Or yeah, no. They played the other team, not us, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, they won it.
Okay, yeah, they won because the match was 3-1, so I think Smite was the one game they won.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the first game of last week.
Thus, I would not be surprised if they take it again.
Yeah, it seemed like Cruising for a Bruise didn't have a ton of practice in Smite. I guess that could have changed over the week.
Yeah, they may view it as kind of one of the throwaway games, just like, we'll just move on to the next one, because they did not have any kind of team play or strat for for last week.
Yeah.
What is the current state of getting this game going?
Sorry, what was that?
So what is the current state of getting this game going?
Uh, they are all in the match lobby, as far as I can tell. I don't know if that means they're like doing picks. I don't know if it'll tell me when they get there. It should tell us when they actually get in game, though. Okay, Thor says they're starting it up right now. Yeah, it might make us wait until after picks.
Are we supposed to provide commentary on the picks then?
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Most games let you get in to watch that.
Maybe they'll make it easy on us, like last week where we had a 3-god mirror and
Were
almost a fourth.
those all free that week?
I don't think they were free week. They were the starter
Oh, okay.
ones.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of that this week.
At least Ymir for sure is one of the starters that is always free. We had the Ymir matchup support Ymirs.
Yep.
as well as I believe 2 Thors, who is also another free assassin.
I don't think
Oh,
we had
I
Thor. It was
see
Mirror
Thor.
Thanatos in the jungle.
Alright, Thor's in game. Yep, we can join. Password is Swain. Oh, and we can watch picks, okay.
Thor's in game. I can spectate. But it was Swain.
Yep.
Okay, it looks like we have a very similar setup from Cruisin' for a Bruisin' that we had last week. The Apollo Ymir lane, which will be essentially the equivalent of an 80 carry and support. But we also have an Artemis, who is another hunter slash 80 carry, so we'll see where Sword and Mace wants to take that.
Timing doesn't seem to be in sync. Hopefully it'll sort itself out once we get in the game. Alright, so I know what everyone on the team on the right does. How about Ganesha and Hachiman? What do they do?
Ganesha and Hachiman are 2, I believe, newer gods. I actually also do not know what they do.
Alright, to the wiki.
However, I will say that Ball of Sexy coming in with a skin from Mercury. Don't know if he rented that or if he actually knows how to play Mercury at all. But Mercury, a very quick, squishy burst damage assassin. Can see a lot of interesting plays with him.
Zed, on the off chance you haven't taken off the overlay, you should do that.
Oh, fuck.
Yup.
Thanks, Tree.
Looks
You're my
like
hero.
Hachiman will be their hunter or 80 carry to most of us. And Ganesha's probably their support.
If only OBS would actually work.
I don't actually see a countdown, but I hear noises as if it's counting down.
Oh,
Let's
I
go
just
to
got
match.
a go to match, yeah.
Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to wait until we actually get in game.
Say hello. Ravi Ra in the mid lane. With Thor v Bacchus, is that his name?
Yeah, Bacchus
Top.
is a pretty solid off laner. A lot of damage, a lot of CC as well. He's a very good team fighter.
Okay, OBS does not want to capture this window.
So I am on the directed cam. We'll see how that works for a little while.
Alright, do you know how I can get to that? Because usually you can hold Alt
Yes,
to actually move your mouse.
in the
I
bottom right corner, you can hit spacebar to activate your mouse, and you can click on directed in the bottom right.
There we go.
Directed camera, of course, focusing on Jim, who is AFK in the base, thinking really hard about what he wants to buy. Has no items yet. Still with no item. There he goes. He comes out with some basic starter items.
Is Sword and Mace looking to jungle on Artemis, or are they just going to go for the double dual lane?
It looks like he's going to go for maybe a first XP camp and then join Thor in the off lane. Bacchus using an interesting strat, didn't buy any items. It's very controversial.
You know what they say, you gotta save up your gold so you can actually afford the big items instead of those dumb little ones.
If you're not just full buying your Infinity Edge on your first back, what are you even doing?
Losing, that's what.
It does look like Sword and Mace is going to be sticking with the Artemis jungle. He is clearing multiple camps at this point, very slowly, but still clearing them nonetheless.
I mean, he could still go speed and head over, but he's heading towards the mid lane.
This is a very silly raw trade in the center, but Camera getting a bit of the best of Dano. Dano going to have to fall back, missing auto attacks left and right. Dano really low. And Camera takes first blood on him, but he's going to be ganked by Artemis.
Using his light from the sky, which is not just damage, but also a small heal. Keep him alive there.
A lot of action in the mid lane. Unfortunately, directed Camera taking the camera away from that and showing us nothing. Don't know why.
On Artemis, but he'll just walk away. Nobody for blue team in the right lane.
Oh, are you still not able to get it to capture, Zed?
Nope. I am trying game
Okay.
capture, window, and display, and none of them will actually show up.
Oh, we need to cast harder then.
Interesting.
This is practically a radio broadcast.
Yeah, I thought
Yep.
people were actually able to see what we were seeing. Well then, it seems that we now have a 2-1-2 lane in both sides. Sword and Mace still going back into the jungle to take camps. I think he's trying to dip in and out of the lane for XP, which is pretty valid for a jungler in Smite. You will clear a bunch of camps, you'll dip into your solo laner, you'll steal some XP, they'll hate it, but good enough for you because jungle camps, not really sustainable XP.
I suppose they probably could be if you started taking both jungles, given that blue side has opted not to use a jungler.
That is true, although Artemis kind of a unorthodox jungler from what I know. Wii taking down Thor, and Utek is going to fall Scotchnaut and Hook resets, getting a double kill in the AD carry support lane.
Directed camera is so weird.
It is not great. Looks like Sword and Mace are clashing in the jungle a little bit with Ball of Sexy, but Ball of Sexy is going to retreat back to his side of the jungle.
I don't know
Which
if you
is-
know this, but if you press F2, you get a nice view of all the items and KDA on everyone. Like the
That
league
you do.
scoreboard. Press like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on to get some handy little stats like gold per minute, golden hand.
Wii U currently at 420 gold per minute. He is blazing it on Apollo.
He was actually sitting on 1900 until he just bought right now.
The Jim and Bam are coming in. Sword and Mace getting a great gank, and they lock down Bacchus. He is about to go down, and that is a kill to Sword and Mace.
How am I behind? I don't understand.
I would go 16 speed until it catches up, because I am at 538 right now. However, nonetheless, Ball is Sexy pushing a tower. This is going to be some pretty decent damage, but no one is actually coming over to the offlane to defend this tower. If Ball and Sexy wants to continue pushing this, he could get first tower blood, which in Smite is actually nothing. It's just a tower. Camera a lot of trouble getting walled off by Scotchanaut, and there is a huge team fight going on. Camera going down, Scotchanaut going down. That is a double kill for the blue team, which is the awesome Paranauts Gods 2. Is that the name?
Something like that.
A 3-for-1 in favor of the awesome Paragots Nods Team 2 sequel.
Apollo just diving in.
Apollo is hovering above.
Not exactly
Hook
sure what was
resets,
going on
jumping
there.
into the mid lane. UTech taken extremely low. Ball is Sexy taking down Jim.
You're
But
behind.
Camera getting return kill. How far behind are you?
But now you're behind.
Oh, Jesus. What is the spectate mode?
It just like automatically goes into slow-mo sometimes. Like right there, it's Raw got ready to use his ult to pop that kill. Just slows down.
How unfortunate. Not only can you not see, but you have boosted commenters that are not even on the same page.
Yeah, they can't even see that it's going into slow motion. And how the reason we're getting so off. Not lined up. So looks like they're gonna try and they're looking to dive Dano, but I don't think they're gonna do it.
Dano's staying pretty safe under his tower. There's not a lot of diving, unless they have a pretty large minion wave.
And Apollo and Ymir rotating over, that dive's not gonna happen. I assume we're still videoless.
Yeah, it looks like it was gonna work for a second, but it actually just shows like basically a screenshot of Smite with
Hey, well,
my
that's
browser
okay.
overlaid.
Nice.
Still no towers have been taken yet. They are kind of retreating back to their
Holy shit, it
respective
works.
lanes, still farming up. Do you get it?
We have video?
We got video. How do I use
Excellent.
directed camera now?
Hit spacebar to act your mouse, and then go to the bottom right, and you can click directed.
Okay, I think I need to catch up. Yep.
Probably.
Cool. We have video.
Alright. Now we're certifiably not crazy when we're sitting here talking about a game going on.
Hopefully this makes our job easier. I would really hope so.
Well, double kill just happened somewhere off screen. Not that my camera wants to look at it.
You know, directed camera, not the best. Smite definitely can work on that. However, we may have to go into free mode. Sword and Mace getting ganked in the mid lane. That is a 3-man roam that's being locked down, and he should go down to Bacchus, who belches all over him.
I saw the 3 enemies flying in to kill him, but then directed camera promptly cut over to Jimbo, knocking down that tower.
And that is correct. Jimbo did get the first tower of the game so far in the offlane. But we have a 4-man
Well, not
push
going to be able to
mid
wave clear
here.
that. He needs to back out.
Dano needs to get out. He is trying to defend this, but they are just going for the tower.
You don't have the ready
paying
carry
no
though, so
mind.
the tower's going down slow.
And now we're in slow motion. But Jimbo getting a good gank on them. He's giving a spin, but he got knocked out of it actually. UTech being super low, popping the Zenyatta ult, question mark? But still going down to Jimbo. Follow Sexy also falling under his tower. And just like that, while they had a 4-man push in the mid lane, now there's a 5-man push right back at them to answer that.
Yeah, great ult in by Jumbo the Kid there on 4.
Double kill.
Camera and Thor are trying to defend this. It is a 2v5 in the mid lane.
Got
They should be
freezes
able to
Camera.
defend.
Camera ults back. Walker's going in, getting the knockups. Team fights double kill from Cammer.
Hammer with a great laser to pick up that. Thor
Apollo
dueling
playing chicken,
Wii U.
Apollo runs away. And now it's right back to blue team pushing.
Jimbo just escaping with a sliver of health. This is just becoming a back and forth in the mid lane. I think they're trying to ARAM.
And dive and Ra's down again.
What an amazing amount of damage from Cammer. Tower is also, while they pushed it down in the mid lane, is getting pushed in by minions in the off lane as well. They should be able to go and get this 3-man push and knock
Camera is
over
a
one
full
more
item
tower.
ahead of the opposing Ra. Right now the item he's sitting on is more or less a Rod of Ages, but it stacks off minion kills rather than time. And the opposing Ra picks up a Bancross Talon, which gives Magical Lifesteal or Spell Vamp, as most people better know it by. He'd actually be doing more damage, a lot less durable if he's not getting that Vamp.
Yeah, Dano trying to hold his own in the mid lane. Cammer is 6-1-4 right now. He picked up quite a few kills in a lot of those team fights. There is a pretty good gold lead for him, as they are all rotating towards the mid side again. They're kind of pushed off into the jungle as well in the mid lane.
Game is a lot more even than expected though. Definitely be either teams at this point. Blue team obviously the favorites right now, but blue team looks for the engage, but Yurmiro walled them off and back off.
It was a good wall by Scotch not to disengage.
Is there any way I can rotate the camera to be looking from red team side? Oh, team fight starting. There's going to be death here. Everything's in slow motion.
Dano dipping low and finally going down to ball is sexy. Scotch not also just being completely surrounded.
Camera taking the opportunity to let's team up a little bit as they get ready to siege. Just kidding. Why would you siege? They're going to go for Gold Fury instead.
And they will easily be able to pick this up with no contest from the red team.
Yep. Honestly, they could probably even pick up Fire Giant if they wanted, and red team wouldn't know what's going on. Turn the speed back up to catch up to live again.
Yeah, and as we were catching up, I believe Cammer just got a solo kill onto Sword and Mace in the offlane. Cammer now being 7-1-6 on Ra, who is a very high damage dealer with a Lux type ultimate. He can be a major threat for their team fight. They are already team fighting much better than Cruisin' for a Bruisin'. However, all it takes is one good fight and one push to get them right back into this game.
Oh yeah, if Thor gets another engage like he did before when they were sieging the mid lane. Also, interesting stat worth noting right now is Camera is currently earning 50 gold more per minute than anyone else in the game. And that gap goes to 100 gold per minute compared to any opponent.
Thor actually being the top player damage in this game at the moment. Right next to Camera, they are just doing an insane amount of damage in these team fights.
Progress leading the ward's place with 2 to entire rest of the game 0.
And on
Or
the
gets
left
thrown
side of
down
the
in
map,
the left lane, but directed camera, it doesn't care.
no, you know, directed camera would rather us watch this mid lane that nothing was happening. Although now there is a team fight going on. Jimbo
Camera
getting
coming
a
around
huge
behind.
ult.
Down run.
Scotch just in the middle, tanking everybody, getting the new ultimate off in front of everybody, taking one down.
The other spectator fight really is a disaster with the whole slowing down thing.
This is absolutely awful, I will say. Getting out of sync constantly is very annoying.
I did just
That
find
being
you can
said, that's
right-click
another-
rotate.
That's a very convincing win for the blue side at this point.
I found I can right click to rotate, but only like so far. I can't actually go all the way to red team's perspective.
Oh, yeah.
As things even out a little bit, Wii U going to take a couple of jungle camps, try to farm up a little bit. Looking at the net worth, Camer is actually just very far ahead of everybody at 9,600 gold, whereas the highest player is actually Hook Resets on that Apollo at 7,600. That is a huge gold discrepancy. That is a full item and a half at least. However, Apollo getting a couple of very solid Hunter items, rounding off the build, he should be doing a lot more damage if he can get a good engage in this fight.
Actually, everyone on blue team has more gold than everyone on red team. Is going to make it really
is
tough
true.
for them to try and pull off a full 5v5.
Don't fear them, friends.
Winning very convincingly in all of these team fights. It's going to take a very good engage, and hopefully if Scotch can get off a good Ymir wall, that could really turn everything if they can lock out Camer and burst him down. Ra, still very squishy, even though he does have that Rod of Ages type item. Now Scotchnaut as the support Ymir, solo pushing down mid, has to fall back a little bit without minions, but there's going to be another team
UTech
fight as
getting ready to go on Jimbo. He's got him.
yeah,
Walker's
that
jumping
is
on top, chaining the CC. He cannot move very fast. Anyways,
Jimbo
now
just
they're getting
cannot
turned
control his
on.
character.
And looks like it's just gonna be everyone disengaging again. Oh, somewhere off screen, Thor kills Jimbo.
Jimbo was very low as he was falling back, and Thor was able to come around. Don't know where.
Hey, if you press U, you can toggle a bunch of visual effects on the map. May or may not make it easier to see with the camera. Camera
That
picking
makes
up another kill.
it much harder to see. Camer is actually starting to run away with it. 10-1 and 7 now.
The heat bears down upon you.
You know, if Cruisin' for a Bruisin' can't do anything to shut down Camer and at least lock him out, to either burst him down or at least stop him from doing all this damage, he is just going to obliterate them in the team fight every time.
Yeah, they really either need Thor to get the drop on him or Scotch to get in with the blink rune and freeze him.
Scotch with some good poke and CC. UTech actually dropping below half at
Camera
this
with the
point.
flank. We go into slow motion again. Everything's lined up. And he just decimates them. They're gone. Camera taking the tower because they can. Doesn't even care.
Camera is just too far ahead at this point. Ball is sexy, also taking down hook resets. And this should be a very strong push, at least one, if not two inhibitors. If they do opt to push.
Yep, they're pushing all the lanes.
Or solo pushing on the left lane. Should be able to pick up this inhibitor, but Sword and Mace coming in. There is a 7-level discrepancy, so I don't know what Sword and Mace can do here, but Thor is backing off despite being so far ahead.
Scotch with the 3-man freeze, but the damage just isn't there to follow up.
Scotch now with a huge ult, being countered by Utech's ult, it seems. And his hammer drops very low as he's backpedaling. He finally goes down by hook recess. This could be the fight that they need. Lee is very far ahead, and Jimbo gets a great ult to slow them in CC.
Yeah, that's an 80 carry uncontested, just whacking away.
Hook resets really just pushing forward. If they can get one more kill here, they might be able to answer the push back.
I don't know if you saw Twitch chat, but there's a request to use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. to see some more stats.
I've been switching.
Now we finally see Cruising for a Breeze and being able to push one lane as 5. Well, as I say that, hook resets go back.
Well, Thor was previously contesting Camera for most damage done. Camera's now taking a 5,000 damage lead in that category.
You know, it's really unfortunate to see it. It was a very good team fight through them, and really outside of getting a little bit of extra gold, they really didn't get anything off of that. I think that could have been a big opportunity to try to get a push, but hook resets opting to back and buy items. They eventually just had to fall back. They didn't have the damage, even with Sword and Mace on another 80 carry.
Now they're turning their eyes on Fire Giant. Nobody in red team is anywhere near. It's gonna be completely uncontested.
This is a mistake by Cruising for a Bruising. I think they could have got a lot more of this. They could have at least contested objectives around the map. They could have got Gold Fury was available, Fire Giant going down now, and at this point with the level discrepancy, with the item discrepancy, I don't see them winning a 5v5 anymore. I think they have lost their opportunity and spoiled it.
Oh yeah, no, they're unless they magically pull off some picks or UTech hit, or not UTech, Jimbo hits like a 5-man ult with that Thor stun. There's nothing they can do.
Thor soloing Gold Fury for his team, putting them a little bit further ahead. This is a 4v5 in the mid lane, and they are not scared. They are going to be pushing onto this Phoenix.
Far enough ahead where they have to be scared of.
What I would love to see right here is a great wall by Scotchanaut to lock in UTech, but it's just, I'm not seeing it.
I want to see Scotch get a blink freeze when they're all together like that, bathing in the glow.
The heat bears down upon you.
Thor is just
Oh, the right
pushing
lane's
off.
made it all the way to Nexus. They have to go back and answer that.
I think they are too focused on defending this Phoenix in the middle. They are just gonna let the minions like slowly whittle this Nexus down.
Yeah, like that. The announcer tells them, but I don't even know if they know what their Titan is. Like, do they know it's the Nexus?
They might be getting backdoored by these minions and not even know, although Hook Reset's picking up the kill. It's a 1-for-1 trade. It's Sword going down. Ball is sexy, very, very low.
Progress with the 3-man knockup. And that's it. That's... Camera blows them away again.
They're coming at us very healthy.
The minions
Hook
in the right lane
resets.
have this covered.
hook resets going back, but still, again, the minions in the right lane, I don't think they really
the
realize.
game's over. If you speed up, the game's over.
They don't realize that they gotta defend this. They can't worry about the Phoenix.
Killing spree. Your D is up.
Minions might just win it for them outright. Their Titan already taken to half, and that is just by the minions in the right lane alone.
I tried to fast forward to catch up again, and it's just gone. I'm back to the menu.
Oh, and as we fast forward,
Your Titan's
Zed, if you would
under
like to hit the
attack.
plus button, you can see game is over.
GG.
Yeah, it was
GG to the Camera squad. Really
relatively even
just
for a
ran
while,
away
but
with
then
it.
it snowballed out of control, like you said.
And I will say that if we ever cast Smite again, or rather if we ever stream Smite again, we need to figure out how to stop that slow motion because the game ended a while ago.
Yeah, that desync
But
was
with all
awful.
this,
I saw people
with all
start
this
getting
slow
in.
motion,
Yeah, I saw people start getting into Awesome Knots. It's like, what's going on?
incredible.
Yeah, I noticed there were times where I was fully caught up, but you guys were still like 10 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah, I have no clue how it works. Something to maybe look into for next week.
Yeah. All right. Well,
But
thank
hey,
you guys.
congratulations to the blue team.
Yeah, that puts the series up to 1-1, right?
Yes, that is correct. And it looks like we're going to Awesome Knots next. All right, we're going to take a very short stream break while we get Awesome Knots ready. So we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Hey, we're back, and we are in Awesome Knots. I'm
Is
getting
Salvo
that.
here?
Salvo is not currently here yet.
Alright, well, they're starting.
Yep. Awesome Knots is almost as bad as Smite, but not quite as bad for getting into spectating.
Show you my method.
Yeehaw! Cutting hair feels like cutting throats sometimes.
How do we see what they bought? Oh, is it on the right there? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know how we see the builds or anything.
Well, it's showing what they're buying on the right. I don't know how to pull that up
Yeah.
otherwise.
Oh, here we go. The top left, there's a stats window. You can hit tab to turn it on, but then there's a drop down for items bought.
Okay.
We'll leave it on kills and deaths for now, and we'll get builds a little later, I guess.
Yep. One up top, two on bottom.
Yeah, so it looks like Cruising for a Bruisin' is doing a pretty similar comp that we played last week. So sword mace and hook resets, both on the like super long range poke kind of thing. And that was pretty effective last week. We had probably the closest game I've seen so far in the MOBA League. It literally came down to a base race, and we managed to win it with, I think Crystallize had like one little bar of health left when he killed their core. Yeah, hook reset's getting a ton of poke.
Holy shit. They almost had hard kills right there. They have a ton of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very bursty. I think you are a little bit ahead of me. So that's kind of weird, but alright.
Fuck if I know.
I'll fly away.
Yeah, that Gatling gun thing is crazy damage.
Yep.
That plus the snipe is probably just gonna delete people.
Yeah, combined with hook resets has that like trap thing that kind of slows you while you're in it. I think it slows projectiles too, but like if you get caught in that,
It does.
they can just line up so much damage on you.
Yep. Yeah, that plus her snipe is what allows her to do so much damage.
Oh shit, they're playing the one lane map,
Oh, they are.
which is yeah, the map that I think we had disabled, but
Whatever.
yeah,
They agreed to it.
whatever they agree to is fine. Yeah, it's kind of weird with only being one lane, but I don't know. And it's got this like weird anti-gravity thing in the middle. You can do some kind of cool stuff in it.
I really wish people would pick the map with this worm on it. That
Yeah, I
could just
love that one.
insta-kill people.
Yeah, we'd see so much of that. We played the one with like the incinerator in the middle. There were a lot of
yeah.
close calls with burning
Yeah.
to death in that. So this is almost like one lane with like a jungle up top.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is.
Our kill's kind of coming on the flank.
Yeah, finally got a kill.
Ooh, ball is sexy deleted. Yeah, Cruising for a Bruisin's got a pretty hard push going here.
There's a
Not
head on my
quite
screen.
able to take this tower yet, though. I should be kind of curious to see if we're gonna see a tower taken faster or slower with there only being one lane.
I would assume slower in general, but then
Yeah.
once they get past this, there's two lanes, so.
Yeah, I think if they get a pick, they might be able to push that tower down. Looks like the Paranoid Gods are finally getting a push. Both Scotch and Hook resets ended up having to go B. take a look at items right now. Oh god, yeah, I'm never gonna be able to figure this shit out.
Nope, and they're actually about to take that turret.
Okay, yeah. The Paradox Gods kind of backed off, and there is the first tower.
I exist.
Oh, hello, Salvo.
Welcome. They're in game right now. If you go to watch and you go to
Got it.
friends, there should be a lot.
I'm already watching. I
Uh,
see it is kicked off very quickly,
Yep. It's amazing what happens when there's like nothing to load.
right?
Well, Salvo, seeing as you are the Awesomenauts expert, what can you tell us about this matchup?
Well, let me just fucking see everybody quick. I would say probably blue team has this based on sheer damage. It's really weird that neither team have tanks.
But
I see
Salvo, how
that.
do I deal damage if I'm a tank?
Well, let me tell you about Awesome Not tanks. They're secretly all nukes. Because Awesome Knots does one thing, and it is damage. Everybody deals it, and it's insane.
Camera on the sneak attack on the hook resets. They're kind of just jumping around each other, though.
Gotcha character is so weird.
Yeah, I
Yuri?
played against it last week. I'm still not really sure what he does.
He drops bombs, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Kinda waves a
he
laser
flies
around.
and he's got his laser, and that's it.
I believe that laser does more damage the longer it's on you, or that's an item you can buy. I'm not entirely sure. I've never played him because it just doesn't seem fun dropping bombs and hoping for the best. But I do see him a lot. I know he can deal a shitload of damage on people. Can make those bombs bounce and hold a turret pretty well because of it. And it doesn't look like he has the bouncing bombs yet.
Oh! Sexy got deleted.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is kind of a low-kill game for being like 7 minutes in with only one. But it looks like shit's starting to go down.
Yeah, blue team's getting dumpstered.
Yeah, this is kind of what we saw when we played against Cruisin' for Bruisin' last week. Like, once they get their, you know, they buy a few items, their poke damage gets insane.
Yeah, I did actually watch some of the save replays of Awesomenauts last week, and I saw Sword can do some work with the character he's playing.
Yeah, oh, did you watch our game?
Yeah,
That came down to that base race.
yeah. Almost saved it with an ace from behind. Whole bunch of laser lights into the face, but unfortunately couldn't save the day enough.
Oh, I don't think Sexy's getting out of there. Or he shouldn't have. They had that slowdown in the...
Oh, he like rolled through Sword to avoid some of the damage.
Still, I think if Hook Resets had hit his snipe, that would have been over.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Am I at a different time?
Yeah,
Maybe.
it's a little desynced.
What time are you guys at?
9:21, 22, 23.
Okay, so I'm 10 seconds ahead, probably because I loaded later.
I'm somewhere in between you two.
Cool. Yeah, that's been the story of tonight, is games that don't have synced spectator modes.
Yep. Not great.
Well, I guess this is the reason none of these games took off as esports.
Yeah, weird.
Another thing.
Not,
Oh, go ahead.
it looked like he was going to get taken out there, but then he just walks away.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch hard kills. Rocco has his right click, which is basically an ash arrow. Doesn't stun unless you buy the item for it, but it does still travel all the way across the map, and it's up every like 6 seconds. Damn good ability if you have played enough to know where people are gonna be.
I
Oh,
can see a big push coming from Bruising for Bruising. Oh, wow.
yeah. Both teams just lost one with a lot of other people going
Whoa.
real low.
Yeah, if they had had a minion wave there, I think they might have been able to finish off that tower. How much do levels matter in this game, Salvo?
When I started playing again, I played a good 30 games before I remembered there were levels. So,
Okay, that's
to
kind
my
of what I
knowledge,
thought.
not very much.
Alright. Yeah, because at first I was thinking like HOTS,
I'm
but
sure
then
they
it's
give
like, no,
some
it
minor
doesn't-
stats.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be like HOTS.
It seems to mainly just be the items you buy. The items you buy are like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Items are where everything is. And I haven't been paying attention if red team has been running back and getting their insect spawn.
Not
Did
very
they
often.
notice the flying minions? Or if you touched on that earlier?
Dude,
No,
I
did-
learned what those were last week while we were playing.
Perfect.
Yeah, they were pretty good about staying on top of them last week. They were a lot better than our team was at that. But this week they've been pushed ahead so much that yeah, I don't think they've been sending anyone back to get them.
Yeah, they have so much damage coming
Yeah,
at
they-
them always.
Cool.
If
Sorry.
they can get anybody to sneak out of this turret and get their insects out, that could potentially just win the team fight for blue team.
No, they just did. Except that they didn't fight it. They just opened them and there was only one person.
Well,
I did do a lot of damage to Scotch, but
yeah,
they also lost the turret, so
it's an alright start, I guess.
so at this point, is it even worth it for them to go for the bottom tower, or do they just push it into the core?
I mean, I would, because the minion AI can be bad once in a while, and the waves that are supposed to jump up to the top wave might get blocked by somebody running through their lane on the opposite team, and it'll just continue down the bottom then. So you can get bigger waves down there. And Lone Star, the person that... Dobie? Is that who it is?
Yep, that is Camera.
Person he's playing. Alright, well then Camera's dude. That bull counts as a minion, so I'm kind of surprised that they're not pushing harder. Or at least that they weren't early game. Because it's a good way to just get in a whole bunch of poke damage on turrets and get the minion waves pushed in your advantage without having to kill minions.
Hard kills goes down again.
Okay, he just jumped into like 6 bombs.
Yeah, and they're just pushing top right now.
Yeah, Sexy's got to go back, so they might be able to get into the core a little bit.
That'll get some damage.
Yeah, it looks like they just want to push down as quick as possible, which is smart. No point in going for the other turret when you're already up by 400 gold each.
Camera real low and no options yep, to get back.
Scott's doing a good job of keeping people distracted.
Yeah, it looks real hard to pin down.
Yeah, his jump mechanic is that he doesn't have one. If you couldn't
Yeah,
tell,
he just flies.
he's just wherever he wants to go.
This is gonna be over pretty quick here.
I think so. There's nobody. Yeah, the spawns are still a ways out for the blue team.
There's nothing Rocco can do to burst 3 people.
And all the
Nice,
minions.
GG.
And minions.
So we are 2-1.
That game literally took longer than the first one tonight.
I was
Yep.
gone longer than that game lasted.
All right.
Nailed it.
So that is a 2-1 lead for Cruising for a Bruising. We're gonna go into. I have to think we're going into Dota next. Like, this could
That's
be.
what I thought every game
I
last,
know.
last week.
Yeah.
Every game I thought they were going to.
I
fucking...
just saw the Steam notifications. We are going to Dota 2.
All right.
Oh god, that means we have to cast Dota.
Well, at least I know a
Good
little
luck.
bit about Dota.
Yeah,
Very little.
I've played a little bit of Dota.
I know that it was made based on League of Legends.
No.
Oh,
And a surprise to no one, you're wrong again.
dude, I can't believe that I got you. Even a little. That never happens, man.
Well,
I
hey-
didn't say no for your benefit. I know you're full of shit. I said no for chat's benefit.
Yeah, sure. I totally believe you, Tree.
Uh-huh.
If there's
Hey,
one
wake up.
positive to Dota, it's that it actually has a working spectate mode.
Right?
You
Hey,
close
wake
on
up.
it.
I am totally down for, like, if they just want to do Pudge Wars. I think that'd be pretty sweet. Like, I would cast the shit out of Pudge Wars. It would probably be a lot more exciting, too. While we wait for this game to start up, let's look at my match history. This should be fun. Yeah, that was a practice game. I don't even know how to see all of your stuff. Let's check out UTech. UTech being probably the only Dota player in the league, as far as I know. Like, serious Dota player. I think, looking at my friends list, he's the only one. Yeah, he's got, holy shit, he's got 1,400 hours in Dota.
Yeah, he's the only one who like legitimately plays this. I know Jim recently.
Jim's got about 200. And I think, I want to say at least 60 of that is like since the Mobile League started.
Yeah,
Because I think I looked right when we drafted, and he was at about 140.
yeah, Jim I know has been enjoying it.
Yeah, he's, it's not even like team practice. It's like he's just playing for fun when we're hanging out in TeamSpeak and Jim's like jamming games of Dota. So, other than that, I don't think anyone else really plays Dota. Alright, okay, we got you in here. Looks like we got everybody in the lobby. Just gonna throw us onto teams.
Is it just you and me commentating this? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so we're really gonna go deep on your Dota knowledge.
Uh-huh.
I
Well,
know
it's
you have
not deep.
lots.
It's very shallow.
That's fine. What we do have is, I assume this works if you're spectating custom games. You can, obviously there's like directed camera stuff, but you can also like get a player's point of view, so you can, not only see everything they see, you can see their mouse movements and stuff. So that's actually pretty sweet. Oh, there's a broadcast channel. I think that's where we have to go. Yeah, we don't want to
What?
be coaches.
We would just be unassigned, I thought.
Yeah, I think we have to be in here to spectate. Dota has a pretty cool mode. So like, you can set this up, and then somebody else wouldn't even have to watch the stream. They could just hop in the Dota client and spectate through the client and hear our casting.
Right. Yeah, I
Obviously
like all
not
the options.
right,
they
not
have.
super useful for our case, but it's pretty cool for like tournaments and stuff. So like, I could watch
Yeah.
the tournament with the real professional casters, but also like I could be moving around the map myself and looking at what I want to see.
Right. That's one thing that Valve does very well with their spectator stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, CS:GO does the same kind
it's
of thing.
It's exactly the same for CS:GO. You can jump in game, you can listen to the commentators, you can watch what they're watching, or you can just do whatever.
I have to ask, have you watched a game of Dota in VR yet?
No, I remember trying to figure that out and giving up.
It's pretty cool. Like, I think if I was gonna watch a lot of Dota, I'd probably just rather watch it on a stream.
User left your channel.
But it's like it's a cool idea, and it was fun to watch a couple of games to like be in the action. But I was still watching Dota, so it wasn't,
Rip.
Yeah. Okay, looks like we got this lobby sorted out. They're gonna figure out what game mode they're gonna do. I assume it's just gonna be all pick.
Yeah, so at the very least, at least some players on both teams know what the fuck is going on in Dota. Because if you boot up Dota for the first time and you assume it's going to be similar enough to other MOBAs, you are dead wrong.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have a horrible time.
Yeah.
I know from experience. I know from trying to introduce Wang and Joey to Dota before the first matches last week. It was, yeah, not good. And like, they've both played a lot of League. Like, Wang's probably played the most out of anyone I know. But it's just so different. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many more mechanics and like
The way
even
you
opening
buy,
the shop.
Yeah. The way you buy items and combine them is different.
Yeah. Oh
like
my god, and then trying to explain the courier.
Yeah, what you're expected to do to go between lanes, like you're expected to buy things that essentially give you a teleport.
Oh yeah, Joey's reaction the first time was like, yeah, there's no B. You either buy a scroll or you walk.
Yeah. The map is fairly large too. So like
it's
these teleport items are super important. And stun times are very long in this game.
Yeah, I was telling him about Mirana. She's got that Ash arrow. And it's not an ult, it's a regular move. And it's up to a 5-second stun if you hit it at max range.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, the reaction to that was like, wait, really 5 seconds? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it is completely unforgiving.
Not only that, but losing gold when you die is another big one. So like,
right.
if you want to be a carry, you have to be real safe.
But you can buy at any point, and it will just sit in your stash.
Yeah.
And then you can have it sent to you.
Yep. The hard part though is, of course, items that are really expensive that don't, you can't build parts.
Right.
So
Yeah. You just have to
cost
drop
like 3,000
thousands of gold.
Yeah.
And if you die before, then you just lose a chunk.
Yeah. So like, in some cases there is no like, oh, once we get full build in late game, we'll have a chance or something. You can just like, it's realistic that you can just never get there if you get killed a few times early.
Take your pick.
Right. So I'm expecting that UTech is going to go some heavy fucking carry, and hopefully get big enough to not matter.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm
anything
thinking.
Else.
I don't really know what he plays.
I have no idea either.
I tried
so
to look at
he doesn't
Jim
even play
last
those
week,
characters.
and he has like every game he's played has been a different hero.
Praise King.
Oh, yeah, so we did see hook resets on that sniper last week when we played them. He was good.
Sniper is like one of the easiest characters to play.
Yeah, like he has a basic ability that gives him more range, and then he's got mini stuns on hit.
He's like Caitlyn, but easier.
Right. Like obviously you still have to be really safe, so like you play like a safe mid lane, and if you get farmed up, like you have to gank him, or he's just gonna destroy you. Yeah, it looks like Cruising for Bruising is picking basically the same comp. I guess
10 seconds to
they don't
complete.
have Thrifty this week. Thrifty was on.
5 seconds.
What is that guy with all the spikes? I don't know.
If you're thinking I'm gonna know the names of people, you're dead wrong.
That's true. Yeah, so Thrifty was doing pretty good. So I believe they're playing Scotchnaut in place of Thrifty this week. But yeah, otherwise, that is the same comp they played against us. And not gonna lie, for UTEC's team, I don't really know what any of them do.
I know
Is
Zeus
Spectre?
and Axe are damage dealers.
Yeah. Oh, Zeus has the Karthus ult.
Right, but it's not an ult.
No, it's his
Or
ult.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he can get a refresher orb, which resets
Oh, that-
your cooldowns. So
that
he
was
can
it.
double tap Karthus ult basically.
And it's that's right, that was the difference. It's instant. There's no
Oh, yeah.
channel.
Yeah, there's no.
It's just
Yep.
bam lightning bolts.
Yeah, you just hear the and you die.
What is the auto spectate?
That's a great question. Yeah, okay. So Spectre is the one, his ult, like, puts a clone of him attacking every enemy. And then he can teleport to one of them. So, like, everyone's
Did
gonna
I-
get attacked by a clone. And no, you're not gonna know what the real one is for a little while. Yeah, still working on figuring out how to spectate.
Alright,
here.
spectator.
30 seconds to go.
I do not see an auto spectator in the options here,
And here we go.
which is going to be real unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess when you're... Maybe we shouldn't have done a broadcast. Maybe we should have just spectated normally. I might see if we can do that. Kinda doesn't look like it. Alright, well this will be exciting. So we're gonna focus on the bot lane a little bit early, see what UTEC can get going. Oh god, why is my console not enabled? Thank you, Salvo. If you could tell me how to enable console, that'd be great.
Spectre, I'm sure in your world you are known as a great beauty.
Undying, simpatico.
There we go.
I mean, I can see if you just go into options and go advanced settings right away. It says console is just advanced hotkeys on the bottom there.
Yep. Yeah, I saw it's the default
I see what
hotkey.
it says, but it doesn't actually do it.
Yeah, and there's an enable console option like every Source game. It just doesn't work. So that's great. Well, I guess we can just watch lanes.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, so kind of like I was saying, they've got Sniper in the mid lane, just looking to farm up. Looks like he's gotten a decent amount of poke onto Thor. Doing a little bit of harassing with that Q. It's actually not too high of a mana cost. It's like the only thing he has that costs mana until he gets his ult.
Finders, keepers.
Although actually, it looks like in the mid lane, Thor is getting more last hits than hook resets. Just by a couple. Not a lot of denies really going out on either side. Up here on top, Hard Kills and Ball of Sexy have Sword and Jimbone pushed pretty far. Jimbone very low. Could easily get dove if he gets too close.
He's
Like
running
he's gonna,
yeah, he had a potion, but it wasn't enough, so.
yeah. He is going back or going mid. I don't really know what he's up to.
You went to get the bounty rune, so those give you experience and gold, I think.
Yep. I don't know where. Oh, I think he's gonna go steal the other teams. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Hook resets gets the first blood onto Thor. That is huge. So he's down CS. Thor's gonna buy back.
Radiant's
Feel
mid
like
tower's
that's a
coming
mistake
apart.
this early. He did get enough for a bottle. But
Radiant's
it's
mid
kinda
tower
just
could
standing
use
there.
a
Oh, he's gonna
hand.
teleport into mid. Okay. Still got a pretty good push going on up top. Jimbone's still around half health. Meanwhile, on the bot, Utek very low. He's gonna have to look at going B right now. Scotchnaut's coming around looking to finish him off. Utek is gonna get out of there. Don't really know what Undying does. Looks like he's got some auras.
Double damage.
Looks like, yeah, AoEs and summon zombies. Thor got the double damage rune rolling, but not really in a position to go in at hook resets and get some damage in. Meanwhile, back down bot, Utek and Camera look like they're kind of coming around for a gank. Maybe not. Utek gonna back off, go for the bounty runes. Back up in top. Kinda looks like Sword and Jim tried to engage, had to run off. They're both taking a little bit of damage.
Yeah. Hard Kills and Ball of Sexy have been putting a ton of damage onto them every time they try and come up and hit anything.
Kinda surprising they haven't got any damage onto the tower. Feels like they've been pushed up really far, kinda the whole match. So I guess Sword and Jim have been doing a good job clearing under tower.
I just don't think they're pressuring the tower that hard.
Tower's getting
They're,
banged up.
Yeah,
they're pushing right up to it, but not under it.
yeah, they're probably a little scared to engage under there. Jimbone does have that stun, and the Ogre Magi puts out quite a bit of damage. Looks like we have an Arcane Rune in the river that Utek's gonna go grab. Dano coming over here to grab the Bounty Rune. Could get seen by Utek. Utek's gonna be doing a lot of damage now. hard kills going out into the jungle to start getting some extra farm. I believe Axe is like the only jungler I really know in this game.
A lot of the jungle is a lot weaker than in a lot of other games.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily need a dedicated jungler like you do, like, you know, League is obviously designed around having one all the time. Dota, you're definitely roaming around a lot more. Yeah, overall, kind of slow start. Not really any ganks or anything going on. Everyone just kind of farming up.
Death tax.
Both mid lanes roughly equal on farm.
They're definitely keeping up on those bounty runes, though. Jim's gotten almost all of them for top lane.
Yeah, that's, you know, just a nice source of free gold. So control that is going to help him out a lot. He gets the stun. Oh, they get the double stun onto Ball of Sexy. He's taking a lot of damage. Artkills comes in with the taunt, though. And it looks like they're going to turn on him. Zeus gets a ton of damage up, but here comes Hook Resets with the ult. He takes out Ball of Sexy. So Sniper's got that kind of Caitlyn ult. Wow, and he gets a lot of damage onto Axe.
He's still going.
Pressure this tower.
Damn.
Yeah, that was a great play by Hook Resets. He had sent Thor back in the mid lane. Came up and made a pretty huge play top.
Oh, and
wow. Wow. So yeah, Sniper's got a real low cooldown on that ult. It's 20 seconds at rank 1. So it's good communication between him and Jimbo. Kind of time the ult and the swap. And Thor just teleports in. He's already almost dead.
Going to die?
Yeah, Hook Resets is just going to kill him here. Oh, it's going to be close. But yeah, that's another kill for Hook Resets. Wow.
He is big as fuck.
Yeah, that's 3 kills on their carry.
He has, according to this chart...
Oh, but here comes UTech on the Spectre. Does not choose to go in on Hook Resets. I think he needed to there. I think shutting down, you know, taking his gold while he had a bunch would have been huge.
Yeah. He did spend it already, though.
That is true. It looks like, yep, he's gonna pick up a Mask of Madness.
His net worth is like 1,500 above the next closest person, though.
Yeah, that is pretty good position for cruising for bruising.
Bottom, they're going in on him actually right now. Not able to get it.
Yep. Yeah, so that's kind of what they did in their match against us last week. Is as soon as Hook Resets got a few kills, he just kind of snowballed out of control from there, and we never really caught up. So I think it's really going to be on UTech right now to kind of get his team back into this. And if they don't focus on shutting down Hook Resets, it is going to be over. Camera's been doing a good job of just kind of keeping them off of the minions. UTech's been able to get some pretty free farm while they've been a little too scared to go in.
Yeah, Jim just again all over those bounty routes.
Yeah, I think Jim and top and UTech and bottom have been on top of those. Oh. And it looks like up top they're looking to go in. Nope. About mid, Hook Reset's chasing Thor out. I heard his ult go off. And if that's all that Thor took, holy shit, that was a big hit.
I think that was the majority of it, yeah.
Reset's gonna clear that wave out. He's gonna get the invisibility rune. And it looks like he's gonna go in top.
Yeah, that's gonna be a gank for sure.
Yeah, he might be looking to gank him and then take the tower here. He's got plenty of time left on that rune. If they push out at all, no. Yeah, they're gonna play it smart and just stay under their tower. So it looks like hook resets won't be able to get too much done with that rune.
Well, that would be a tribute.
Just gonna kind of act like a ward.
Yeah, not long left
Here
on
we go.
it.
He's coming in on the jungle though.
He was just checking.
Yeah, I don't know if he saw them.
So I noticed on stream you have a winter map.
Oh yeah,
That's 4 in a row.
Oh,
so does-
goodbye.
About that.
Wow. That was fast.
Yeah, I looked away for 2 seconds and he was dead.
Yep. Yeah, I saw my map. I was like, oh, they're kind of close, and yep, dead.
They're also going for kills top lane, actually. Does look like Sword and Jim are both going to be able to walk out of there, though.
But they got hook resets coming up for the backup. This,
Radiant's mid towers.
I gotta say, it kind of looks good for them.
Yeah, I think they're going to be fine because hook resets is massive.
Oh, they're going hard on this tower. Here comes hook resets.
Getting banged up.
He's lining up the Eldon hard kills. Oh, and
Yeah.
Jim Bone.
Done.
Done. That was gonna go over to Sword and Mace.
Look at that damage!
Oh, look at the range and the mini stuns. The Q to slow him down. He doesn't have enough mana for his ult, or that would have been another kill. Meanwhile, down bot, Scotch and Dano kind of pushing UTech under his tower.
Radiant's top towers taking hits.
A lot of poke getting traded back and forth. I don't think anyone really is going to want to commit to this. Up
Radiant's
top,
towers
yep,
in
that
bad
tower is
shape.
down. That's our first tower of the
Last
match.
Top tower for the Radiant.
So does only hook resets get that 200, or is that everyone on his team?
Wanna
For killing the
say
tower.
If you last hit it, you get the gold.
Dire's
I think like
mid-tower
everyone
won't
gets a
last
little
much
bit, but you
longer.
get most of it.
Okay.
And then if it dies to minions, it's split.
Bottom lane's getting ganked right now, actually, by Thor.
Oh, this could be
where's
huge
his
for him.
Team, though.
Oh,
he's
here comes
gonna
his
get at
ult.
least
Yeah,
one.
he's getting the double here.
And, so there's a revive, though, from Dano.
That's true. I don't know if he has enough damage. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Hammer's gonna
And
come up
deleted.
and help secure that. So double kill for Thor. Could help him get back into this. He's gonna accidentally pull some jungle minions here.
The
He's just
Dire
gonna get some
best
free
do
gold.
something
Yeah.
about that bottom tower.
Alright, let's take a look at gold here. Oh, wow. Yeah, hook resets about 2,000 up on the next player, but Thor with that double kill is making a bit of a comeback. So definitely not over yet.
Yeah, he's
Wow,
definitely
hook
gonna
resets
need
going
it.
in on Thor.
Oh, and Thor just gets chunked to shit.
As soon as he gets back to lane, he's immediately forced out.
Yeah, he can't really even be in this lane with hook
Radiant's mid-tower's
resets.
getting
Oh, yeah.
banged up.
At this point, hook resets has his E maxed out, so it's 400 bonus
Radiant's
range.
mid tower's getting the what
It's
for.
pretty hard to just 1v1 him if you're just poking. Like, the only way to take him out is to go hard on him. You need some dive. You need, like, UTech kind of dive. So it looks like Cruising for Brisen's going to be converging on that bot tower. Kind of just chilling in the jungle, waiting to see if anyone shows up bot. They're very easily going to be able to dive. Camera is going to spot them, and he's going to know not to go in here. Anyway, so you're asking about the winter thing. So does a lot of like cosmetic stuff like that changes like the
Radiant's
map and the
bottom
HUD
tower's seen
and all
better
that stuff.
days.
I have no
Yeah.
idea where I got it, but that's what it is.
So everyone's heading bottom,
Trouble brewing.
except for I
Oh.
think Sword won't be here.
Yeah,
But-
coming in from behind.
Yeah,
It's the
it's gonna
Paranauts.
be a fight. Hook reset's getting real low.
Yeah, he's got to run. UTech's coming for him.
Oh,
The
delete
Thor
it.
ult takes him down.
Like we said, that Karth assault just instantly chunking him. Lots dead on both sides.
This is looking really good for the Paranoid Gods.
Technical difficulty.
2 down on each.
Jimbo, oh, they get out. That was
Radiant's
cruising
top
for
tower
bruising
is
got
taking
really low
hits.
there, but yeah, they managed to even it out. 2 kills each side.
Yeah, the second kill actually just came straight from minion aggro.
Radiant's top tower is
Oh,
hurting.
yeah, that is definitely something you can't underestimate in Dota. They hurt. Like, the instant you attack a nearby allied hero, the minions will just go ham on
They
you.
aggro exactly the same as turrets. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so it's a lot harder to just walk up and melee someone.
The other thing I noticed is that I can see where you're looking on the minimap.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So, like, yeah, if you start talking about someone, I can be like, oh, I'm gonna jump to where he's looking.
Yeah. But now with some turrets down, I think we can actually expect to see some more team fights going on. Except obviously we just had that first one.
Yeah, I think we're at the point of the game where it's gonna need to be a lot more roaming as a team. Especially because nobody can really deal with hook resets alone. But we saw in that team fight, he got forced out right away, and then I think he went down to the Zeus ult. Speaking of which, let's see what Zeus is getting.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Veil of Discord, alright.
Radiant lost one of them bottom
That's actually
towers.
pretty cool. Give everyone
Davi, yep. They take out that turret and dive straight after him
Oh.
afterwards. Get that kill. It looks like they might be looking to do the same to Sword up top here, maybe? Just the other way around.
Probably, yeah, we're at the point of the game where turrets really don't mean that much. Like, obviously you don't want to take a lot of hits, but
Multiple teleporting down to defend that bottom turret. Oh, and that's gonna be a kill. 2 kills.
it's like a double kill, and they're gonna get this turret. Utek and
Yeah,
Thor
and-
are in.
Hook reset's just chunking the shit out of Thor. He's gone. And that's gonna be the turret, I would assume.
I think so, yeah, Utek has to go heal up. Wow, that was so much damage. The Chaos Knight and Wraith King
Ruin
combo
Radiant's
is
bottom
pretty
tower.
deadly. Jimbone can kind of pull you towards him. They can follow up with that stun.
Radiant's bottom towers.
Yeah, this tower is gone.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Yep, and the whole time Hook reset's just hitting away at it, so that'll be a turret for him.
Brewing at Radiant's bottom tower. There goes Radiant's
I don't
bottom
want to say
tower.
it's over, but it's not looking good for the Paranoid Gods.
Right, so they have to somehow win a team fight here, right? Well,
Yeah,
I
pretty
should say
much.
they need to kill Hook resets.
Yeah, I think that will win. Well, maybe not. Yeah, that's not even enough to just straight win the team fight for him.
Right, yeah, I'm looking at the net gold, net worth, and the top 3 are all red.
Mine.
Selfish.
Yeah, obviously, Hook Resets is the one doing the serious damage, but I mean, Jim Bone's getting quite a bit of damage out too. There's a double damage rune up. So maybe if they pick that
Oh
up.
god. Yeah, they need to get that right
Yeah,
now.
get that on Utek. It could work.
It
Utek or
doesn't
maybe
matter who,
Thor.
just don't give it to the
Right.
to
Oh, can you
red team.
imagine if Hook Resets had that?
Yeah,
How do you get away
and-
from a guy who's got
he-
like double your range and double damage?
Yeah. Do you have hard kills up top trying to push over a turret while everyone's mid?
Oh.
Jimbone gonna see that double damage?
No, it's gone. Oh, it despawned. It was up for 2 minutes.
They waited too long.
Yep, now it's haste and bot. Oh, here
The Dire
comes
might wanna
all
mine
of
their
cruising
top
for
tower.
bruising. Yep,
Yeah,
Heartfield's
but he
got
teleported out.
That was, yeah, good play by him.
Yeah, those don't cost that much
Dire's
to
No,
port.
yeah,
tower's
very
getting
cheap.
beat down.
Minion's
Yeah,
gonna get
50
a lot
gold.
of damage on that turret too.
Dire's top tower. You know the drill.
So to answer your question, I'm gonna say hook resets is winning.
Yeah. UTech is not winning because hook resets absolutely is.
Am I reading this wrong, or does Dano only have Blades of Attack and Down Portal Scroll? Oh, he has a bunch of shit in his shop. Wow, and hook resets picks up a kill on that.
He does have a lot of things in his shop. I wonder if he doesn't know he doesn't have it.
Yeah, I wonder if either he's never been back. And
Well, even
has
if he's never been back, you can courier it to you.
Right, but the couriers for new players is a really weird thing.
Yeah, I don't think he's aware he doesn't have those items right now. Oh my god, his hook reset just takes another person apart.
And there goes UTech, maybe.
Dano gonna respawn right away. Thor's gonna get deleted.
Yeah, Thor tried to go in with that ult. Just not enough.
Yeah, so even though Dano has no items, he still gets to respawn immediately where he is, so he can die twice.
Yep.
So he's still sort of doing his job, even with no items.
Yeah, I don't really know
the
how
items
much
in his
difference that would
inventory give him a total stat boost of 9 damage. That is it.
make. And he is dead and has not picked them up, so yeah, I think you're right. He does not know.
Nope, he has no idea how to get those items into his inventory.
It looks like Cruising for Bruising is going to take Rax top.
And that'll cost super minions to come down that lane. That was a lot of damage.
If they get both, no, looks like they're not going to.
Dano! Nope, he is going to get out.
Camera didn't quite want to go in on all 5 of them.
I seriously feel like someone on Dano's team should be letting him know how to get those items.
Yeah.
Because he now just bought another one that he still doesn't have.
This will come in handy.
Alright, looks like Cruising for Bruising just going to back out. Clear out this jungle. Probably buy some items. I'm sure they're sitting on a lot of. Oh, wow. Resets was sitting on over 4,000 gold. He's going to finish off the Black King bar. Who knows what he's going to start on next. Looks like Jim Bone also with the BKB. Maybe that's just what they're all doing. Alright, looks like they're gonna be converging on mid here. There is an arcane rune up in the river. That would be really good to go into Sword Race.
Yep, and he's gonna get it.
Spiffy, the series is 2-1 in favor of in favor of Cruising for Bruising. So that means this could be it, right? Cruising for Bruising
Right,
wins
yeah.
here?
So if exactly. So if red team wins, and they are very far ahead right now.
I don't want to say it's over, but it's pretty over.
Yeah. So assuming they don't fuck this up, this series will be over.
That said, this is Dota, so we could be here for 20 more minutes before it's actually over.
Yeah, we could be here for 60 more minutes and it wouldn't be over.
Yeah.
If like everyone fucks up. You know, just like the good old SBL. Where two teams just manage to outfuck each other for, you know, an hour.
You know, I didn't actually know you could kill shrines, but here we are. That shrine is dead.
Gives a decent chunk of gold.
Huh.
Not that,
Is Utech just chilling at the side shop here? Scotch sees him.
He's trying to portal out. He gets
Oh,
stunned.
he gets stunned out of it. I think he's just dead. What was
Yeah,
he?
I think he is.
What was he doing?
So
he was like just standing
is-
there.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh! He's gonna get seen though. He has to. He tries to.
Yeah, then he
He
finally
tried.
goes down.
He tried. Yeah, he tried to make those duplicates and then swap to one of them.
Yep. That
To
was
fake them out.
It was good micro through the trees. I know for newer Dota players, it's really hard to path through those properly, but you can walk through most of the trees you see on the map.
Yeah, well, he did some move where he got to move through them.
Yep.
Which is how he got to stay alive for so long.
Yeah. And then he was kind of looking to sneak along the edge until they cut him off.
Yeah, they're just gonna shove down bottom. I don't think he has buyback, so he's just dead for a while. 15 more seconds.
Yep, and Bald Sexy and Cam are gonna try to defend this. I don't think it's gonna go well.
No.
I think Quick Recess is just gonna be chunking this.
Or them over
Yeah,
the wall.
wow. At this point, he's attacking so fast that those micro stuns are pretty much just keeping them stunned.
Yeah, and hard kill is gonna go down here. Oh wow, he actually managed lots of kills going down.
He got blocked by a
hard kills
creep.
as well as the attack. And Jimbo just in their base, fucking them up.
Yep. Standing in Thor's ult, he doesn't care.
And yeah,
And
that's
that's
a
an
full
ace.
wipe.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they can just win off that.
You would think, but it's Dota.
Oh
wow, actually they've got super creeps coming in from the top. That's gonna help quite a bit. They're gonna at least take the bot racks here.
Yeah, if this isn't over now, it is. Like essentially, this will be the second inhib down.
Yep. Yeah, well, two
If
ways.
we're
to
talking
super
league
creeps.
terms.
They're gonna have a hard time just getting him in the base.
So yeah, unless the Green Team can pull some miracles out of their ass, this series is gonna be over. Oh my god, and Hook Resets just elite somebody.
Looks, well, they're not quite backing off yet. I think they're just waiting for another wave to come in.
Yeah, they're just
Or they're gonna
shoving
cut to
that
mid.
in. They're gonna get all three.
Yep. That's probably the way to do it. They don't quite have enough to just go hard and end it here, so yep, they're just gonna push up mid.
Well, on one hand, Dano has more stats because one of the things he had bought got combined into a bigger thing, but he now has more items than ever sitting in his stash.
Oh no.
Radiant's mid tower.
Oh man, he hasn't had boots all game.
Nope, he's had no boots. He has a blink dagger, which is just a flash on an item that he can't use.
Oh wow. Yeah, I didn't realize he bought blink. Oh, that's so much gold. Just gone.
Radiant's mid
Just not being used. It's just sitting there.
I mean, at least this team's winning.
Radiant's mid tower.
I would feel
I
a
mean,
little
it
bad.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'd
because
feel a little
his
bad
team's
if
so big.
like they were losing and
Yeah.
he didn't know.
But it really doesn't matter because his whole job is just to like be around as a fucking meat target right now.
I mean,
Literally
he is there
just be a
bringing his
target.
aura. That's, that's something.
Yeah,
He's
he
giving
walks
that
in, he puts
vampiric
stuff-
aura, keeping hook
Yeah.
resets alive. Still
He
on
walks in,
stuns.
he has his aura. If he dies, he reses.
But imagine if he could blink in and get a stun.
Oh man. Careful, that's too high fucking skill cap for us.
Resets has 2 dataless recipes in his stash. What is happening in this game?
Looking like me when I try and play this fucking game. No
Yeah.
clue what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know that feel. I'm almost scared to just like flip through everyone's inventory.
I already did that. I made sure everyone else at least knew how to get their items.
Yeah, okay.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Oh, here we go. Jimbone jumps in, gets the stun.
Yeah.
This could be our last
a lot
team
of
fight.
damage. Thor gonna go
UTech
down.
coming in on hook resets. It's his
Yeah,
only
trying
chance.
to get behind him. Ooh,
Good Zeus ult, but
not gonna be enough.
Yeah, that's 3 down.
Yeah, UTech tried to get onto hook resets there. He got some damage on him, but then had to leave, and now they're just going on Davi, and that'll be a kill. UTech the last one alive, and I don't think he can do this.
I think they're just gonna skip mid. Yeah, they're on the ancient turrets here. Camera with the buyback. Is he gonna be able to clear this wave out?
They're fairly low.
No,
oh, no
Jimbone goes hard.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, it is gonna be all over. There's one tower. Here comes another minion wave to take the second tower.
Yeah, and
Thor
Jimbone
trying to save it.
right onto him.
Yeah, everyone's getting baited by how low Jimbone is, but it doesn't matter. Like, Jimbone
Yeah.
puts out the stun and they die in the
Oh,
duration
they're
of the
so
stun.
low.
Radiant's mid
The ancient is open, but yeah, just deleting people. And
Oh,
there's really
man,
nothing they
hook
can do but
reset.
come in one by one and try to hold them off. And now
Yeah.
it's just UTech alive. Can
That's gonna
UTech
be
make the
game.
1v5 to save his team? I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah,
There's
he's
the
actually
GG
dead
for
here.
UTech. Jimbone's still staying alive, and that is game. That is match. Cruising for a bruising. Gonna take 3rd place in the Batty Mobile League. Pretty decisive victory in this Dota match.
Yeah, hook resets got big early and didn't stop.
Yeah, and like that's pretty much how Dota goes. Like 10 minutes in, you're like, all right, hook resets gonna carry this game, but you gotta play out the last 25 minutes to just watch it happen.
Someone tell Dano how to get his items. I realize he might not ever play that game.
Yeah, I
again.
was gonna say I don't think Dano's ever gonna pick up Dota again, so maybe it'd be better to just not tell him. Maybe he doesn't need to know.
That was so much money.
Yeah, oh man, a Blink Dagger. Like it just, save it up for a Blink Dagger is pretty good. It's like 2,000 gold. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Join us next week when you and me are going to be playing. I'll be taking you on in the finals.
Equally poorly, if not worse.
Oh, yeah.
At most
for
of these
sure.
games.
Should be good. I guess I'll see you in the finals.
See you in the finals.
And I'll see the rest of you guys next week. Thanks for watching.